As pure shooters go, you're not going to find many juniors better than this. His name is Ognjen Simjanovski, and he's been lighting up the 2025 U16 EuroBasket. Serbia just defeated Lithuania in the finals of this U16 EuroBasket, and Simjanovski was the engine that brought them to the title. He's a 6'3" point guard who's just a ruthless attacker, confident, aggressive, highly skilled. He's going to be a great pickup for whoever finds him. He averaged 18 points and 4 assists in just 24 minutes per game and shot 42% from three with high volume too. You know, Serbia just coasted through this tournament with an average margin of victory of 23 points. I mean, it was just a really highly efficient performance from Simjanovski and his teammates. So yeah, we'll just start off with his best trait, which is his shooting. You know, he's got a really quick release, smooth every time, same fluid mechanics, and he really just needs a little bit of separation. He doesn't need a lot, and he's got extensive range. You can just see just a pure natural shooter of the ball. He's just one of those kids that you can tell he's going to be shooting the lights out for many, many years to come. And he's not just one of those shooters who has to be positioned and situated correctly for a catch and shoot. He's one of those shooters who can adapt to whatever situation he's in and still come through with the same mechanics and consistency in his shot, regardless of where he catches the ball or if he's shooting off the dribble. Simjanovski is a natural operator of the pick and roll, and you can see that he's got great vision, able to hit his teammates with a bounce pass. You know, he keeps his head up when he's in the paint, looking for the open teammate and able to find him. Simjanovski is also a pretty strong finisher in the paint. He's not just a one-dimensional scorer. He can attack the basket with aggression and strength, able to finish through contact. You know, again, he's just a really natural orchestrator of the pick and roll. Whether he decides to shoot or pass, he keeps his options open until the last minute. And here I just love this spin move. I mean, he didn't finish, but that's a great move. That's just high level, man, to know to go that way and go to his left. And that's one thing that we'll talk about here in a second. His ability to go left, just one of the small things that he needs to improve. Defensively, he's not a lockdown perimeter defender, but I do love how he gets after it, you know. He's not afraid to come out and guard you, you know, out at the half court. Now, he does get beat from time to time, but at least you see that tenacity and that willingness to defend that we don't always see from guys who are more offensively inclined. You know, one thing as a point guard that I didn't love to see, and, you know, he is just 15 years old, so hopefully this will improve as he spends more time on it, but it's just his reliance on that right hand. Here he's bringing up the ball, and he only goes to his left hand to switch back to his right hand. And there's a lot of examples of this, but you get the idea. That's just something that he needs to improve on. I mentioned his confidence and aggression, and sometimes that does lead to mistakes like this where he just kind of blindly attacks the basket and goes up into the trees with no backup plan. And that happens. That's not a catastrophic mistake, but just something that you want your point guard to be aware of. You never want your point guard to get tunnel vision. And this is not really a big deal. He's not going to be a great rebounder, 6'2", 6'3", but if you had plans of putting him at the 3 or something, just know that he's probably not going to be able to guard multiple positions at the level that you want, and certainly not rebound at the level you would want from a wing. To me, he projects more as a Trae Young, Steph Curry type player, just a pure point guard who lights up the scoreboard. And again, back to his over-reliance and comfort with his right hand, that kind of leads him to make mistakes like this, where he just makes a one-handed pass that is easily stolen. Just too comfortable. And here he's sizing up his defender. I think everyone in the gym knows that he's going to shoot this ball, including his defender, and he's just kind of baiting him, like, go ahead, shoot it. Simjanovic needs to do a better job of creating separation on his own. He should have attacked the basket here or hit him with a step back, but just kind of standing and dribbling and shooting a three, that was going to get blocked 100 times out of 100, especially by a guy of this size. And one more time, just exclusively using his right hand, as you can see here, it just kind of makes you one-dimensional as a ball handler, and opponents pick up on that pretty quickly. He also uses his left hand to push off quite a bit. He didn't get called for it a ton, but he did get called for it on this play. And again, you just want to see him use his ball handling skills to create separation, not just push off. And again, just the ball handling needs to be tightened up a little bit. He's showing too much of the ball here to his opponent, and this is going to get stolen in America every single time. You can't just leave the ball out there. He was able to get around his defender and finish through contact, so a little bit of good with the bad. Overall, he's a really, really talented player. I mean, you don't see shooters like this come along very often. Certainly not ones who can play on the national team. And, a lot of times when we see guys who can shoot the ball this well, they don't really do anything else well. That's definitely not the case with Simjanovski. He's got a good feel for the game. He's athletic enough, and he's going to get more athletic as he gets older. But I loved his tenacity and persistence. I think he's a solid passer, great motor. He gets after it defensively, even if he's not the quickest lateral defender. So I would just like to see him improve his ball handling. He could be a little bit better in the transition game. And I'm telling you, if he can master his ability to create his own shot, he's going to be absolutely lethal at the next level. So according to my score on the rubric that I've created, he is a 4.24, which is a low major Division I starter. Again, I think he can get up to the mid-majors if he can just fine-tune those weaknesses. He's a really, really fascinating prospect, and he has a high work ethic. So I'm confident he will be able to improve on those weaknesses and really make an impact in American college basketball. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. If you want to get on my email list, please subscribe to this channel, reach out to me, and I'd love to help you guys find what you're looking for in your next class. Recruiting never ends, so I'd love to work with you. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next flight.